Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am on day 3 of a fever, so we're going to get through this quick. Now, I've just got all of these little pieces collected together to send to the last giveaway winner, and I also want to launch another giveaway. So for the next giveaway, just leave a comment. It's the only way to enter. Just leave a comment below and just let me know what you do for work, or if you're retired or whatever, just what you do with most of your time. I just want to see the different backgrounds of people we've got in this Opal game, and I'm always surprised when people are sending me emails and stuff and we're chatting away, and some people are doing some wild stuff that I don't know how they stumbled upon Opal, but it's really cool that we've got so many varied people. I believe it's a stone for everybody, so it's good to see a lot of random people into it with very different backgrounds to me. And you could win a rough opal parcel like the one I'm about to show. So this is an Ethiopian crystal opal. We're going to put opal from all over the world in my giveaway parcels. You can choose tools as well if you've already got a bunch of stuff, because these are mostly just specimen pieces. I want to include a half decent piece of Ethiopian opal though, because it gets a bad rap, and honestly, if you get the right stuff, it's very fun to work with. Next up, you can take a stab at what it is first. I'll give it a bit of a rotation. So this is what I've been calling a Ethiopian chalk opal. So it's like a matrix opal, but it's a very chalky white host stone here. Well, no, the host stone is a volcanic rock, but where the opal is dispersed, it is very, very light colored. You can see the volcanic ash color there, the really dark gray, sometimes even black. But yeah, where the opal actually is, it's dancing around in this white chalky kind of material. It's kind of cool, little offcut there. Now I might not get them all on camera, but there are a couple pieces of Boulder, a couple with a bit of colour like this, mostly just to practice with. Some nice little Boulder opal, my personal favourite. A couple pieces of that will be in there. In line with the Boulder, we got a piece of untreated fairy matrix there, and a little Yowah nut. No matter what, I want to be able to include a bunch of stuff that people might not have. This is a little bit more common though, so just a couple pieces of Andamooka matrix ready for a bit of treatment. I'd trim them up a little bit first. There's one with a little bit of green, and then there's one with a little bit of blue purple. Now there's a bunch of Coober Pedy, but I have included some pieces that are more the classic kind of white style, but also, because it's so well known for it, a little bit of shell material as well. On top of that, a little bit of crystal material, just as much variety as I can possibly get into these little parcels, because I want the person to have an instant collection if they don't already have one. Also, the ever-cursed Mintabie, a little bit more South Australian opal. Get a big chunk in there. You never know, because it doesn't look great from the side. I always find that the ones that don't look great from the side are the ones that produce half-decent stones, so probably I would advise taking it down from that side down to this kind of colour bar just here. Taking it real careful and hoping to strike gold there. There's also a couple other little bits and pieces. This one I think is the most likely to get a nice little triangle shaped stone out of. There's plenty of others though, because I'm not the biggest fan of the stuff. It treats me very poorly. And of course you can't put together an opal parcel without including some lightning ridge. So there's your classic witch's hat. Not a lot of colour in this stuff, but I do want to include some. So here's a nice little piece, which with a little Dremel you can dig out some sand, give it a polish, and it should look pretty nice. I wouldn't advise trying to get one of these bars exposed from this side, because that's not going to work out too well. Sometimes you just keep a picture stone with the side on horizontal bars. But there's a bunch of other little bits and pieces like little crystal pea knobbies, some standard potch just to practice with first, get that shaped, get that polished, and then you can be confident you can do it with anything with a bit of colour. And then a couple of bits with a bit of colour in them. Some blue and some green. Then another one that not a lot of people have around here, and that is the leopard opal from Mexico. Like a matrix opal, the host material is very different to what we've got here in Oz. This stuff, you don't even need to treat because it's already so dark. So I'm sure you can get it even darker if you really wanted to try. Maybe I'll play around with it at some point. I've got a bunch of this stuff. And last but not least, a little bit of opalized wood, one that has some nice little grain features in it. It's actually quite a big chunk. It only just fits on the macro lens. Nice stuff. Not everyone has it, so I like to spread the joy. And then one that I don't have on camera because I need to get it out of the oil and I didn't want to mix it up with all of these and touch all the other ones with oil, especially something like the Ethiopian, which will suck that oil in most likely. But I'll include a little bit of Indonesian wood opal as well if it's an Australian winner. I don't want to send anything oily overseas just in case customs get a hold of it. Of course, that's always a nightmare of mine. But yeah, just leave a comment below and I'll check them all out. Members can get an extra draw just because they're champions. And who knows, you guys can do this. Otherwise, of course, I'm always open to customizing the prize for people. I always reply to an email and ask them about other things. Like, for example, you can get Sinter Diamond Burst set. That might be more useful to you if you've already got specimens of all of the above. Then the tools to be able to play with them is much more important. For example, me personally, I'd be grabbing tools. But the winner's got the freedom to choose whatever. So good luck, everybody. I look forward to drawing a winner, but I more look forward to just seeing what everybody's up to in life. Now, I gotta get some rest because fever or no fever, I've really got to go into work tomorrow. I don't have a lot of choice. So I'm just gonna med up, sleep, wake up, med up, and get into work again, and also get into the opal carving again, because the fever's actually held that back a bit as well in the last couple of days. Anyway, hope you guys are doing better than me. Get your entries in, and who knows, you might be the next winner. See you guys.